Have you ever wondered about the Kaka'ako district of Honolulu, Hawaii? Well, if so, then this video is for you. My name's Lex Ferguson. I'm with lifeonoahu.com. I've been a resident of Oahu for about 2 decades. I've lived in Kaka'ako for many years. I've lived in multiple buildings. I've represented both buyers and sellers in this awesome neighborhood. And today I'm going to break down what it's like living here for you. Let's ask a question. What does Kaka'ako even mean? I don't think many people know this. What it is back when the ancient Hawaiians used to have fishing villages and salt ponds here, it was known as Kaka'ako. Thus, the name for the salt district, it comes from the Hawaiian word pa'akai, which means salt, which is what this area was famous for. It was famous for rich pa'akai deposits. So there's 2 Kaka'akos in my eyes. Even though it's all one district, technically it runs from South Street all the way up to King, cuts over down to, goes to Straub, cuts in down to Kapiolani, then over and back to about right where like Scratch Kitchen is, right before Hokua and Ko'olani. If you're on the other side of that line, then technically in my eyes, you're in Ala Moana, and technically in the county's eyes as well. Now, so here we got the word village, Kaka'ako. That's developed by Howard Hughes, a developer out of Dallas. It's all these new buildings. We're gonna hit that. We're gonna go over there. I'm gonna tell you all the awesome things about it. Over here, this would be the salt area, the salt side. From here, from Keaho Place to one waterfront to my favorite building, Dollar for Dollar, which is the Collection. I was a resident of there for many years. I love the building, and so I'm slightly biased to preferring the salt side of Kaka'ako, but we will go into all that throughout the day today. Let's do it. All right, guys, so we're gonna do a tour first of the salt area, or the salt side. So right here, one of the awesome things about living on this side of Kaka'ako is you have 2 grocery stores. You have Down to Earth. There's an organic vegetarian grocery store. They don't sell any meat, but really, like, if you think, you know, vegetarian grocery store, you don't think they're gonna have much stuff. The place is incredible. They've got this awesome beet burger that is off the charts. H Mart, this is I think it's a Korean-based grocery store. It's definitely a good spot. They have an entire aisle of different noodle dishes and all that stuff. A little local tip up top here, this is a little food court most people don't even know about. And for the tourists who go and wait an hour, hour and a half to get shrimp from Giovanni's up on the North Shore in Kahuku, there's a Giovanni's right here in Salt. No one even knows it exists. I found it one day after living here for years and I was like, we have a Giovanni's right here? That's epic. So as stated earlier, that's the Collection right there. I love that building. To get in there, you can get a studio for probably in like high 5s, low 6s. And it'll go anywhere up to like the high 1s for a 3-bedroom on a high floor. There's actually a unit right now for 1.325 that's a 3-bedroom on the ocean side, 18th floor. I think it's the best deal in Honolulu, so hit me up if you want to talk about that. Right here, this is one waterfront tower. This is a little bit older building, but I mean, it was like the original OG of this area. In between the buildings, you have this incredible like recreation deck. There's a tennis court, there's a nice swimming pool. It's actually a really, really impressive building. Right here, we've got Keaho Place. This is an awesome building as well. It's very convenient because you can literally walk out your door and you've got Down to Earth and everything right there. Big fan of Keaho Place. Big fan of Collection, that's for sure. So let's keep it moving, and I'm going to show you kind of a bunch of little cool spots along the way. This is arguably my favorite part of Honolulu. You know, obviously we had to work our way over here, but here we are at Salt. Like, we've been in the Salt District, but this is the Salt building, so we are super legit Salt. Here we got Bevy. Bevy is an awesome place for cocktails, mixology, all that good stuff. They've actually got really killer food too. This place pops off on the weekends, there's no question about it. We've got Kaka'ako. It's a taco spot, obviously, with a play on the word. I really, really like their fish tacos and their shrimp tacos. They have these beer battered tempura shrimp tacos, which are incredible. Insomnia, that's like the sweetest Vietnamese couple, and it's a Vietnamese coffee shop with food, and they've got the best banh mi. They're actually their breakfast banh mi sandwich. No one would think to get a breakfast banh mi. It's like ham, eggs, onion, and cheese on a banh mi crunchy roll. It's off the charts. One of my favorite little spots about Salt is right here. And when I used to always say, hey, I'm gonna go take my daughter on a walk, which I would always slide right here to the village. And it's basically, they've got this huge selection of beers to go, all these different like craft beers and whatnot. And it was kind of like a little nightly activity. Me and my daughter would go on a walk. I'd pick out a different beer. I'd walk around the block and drink it, and it was super awesome. So that's the Village. I highly recommend this place if you want to go have a couple drinks. You got this hot dog spot down here that was actually on that show, the Netflix show, Somebody Feed Phil. So this place actually made that show. Really, really awesome. It's kind of like gourmet hot dogs. Boiling crab, I've never been there, but you can't go wrong with steamed Cajun food. Vane, so I don't mean to bring up steaks for the 4th time in this video, but their ribeye it's like this chimichurri sauce they put on top. It is definitely one of the most unique, epic ribeyes I've ever had. So if for some reason they're closed a lot though, so if you can ever catch this place when it's open, definitely come and get the ribeye. All right guys, we're here at my favorite juice/smoothie bar on island. Yeah, I can safely say that. Lanakai Juice Bar, there's a couple of them throughout the island. I've kind of watched it grow, but it's like as a realtor, I'm always on the move, and one thing I'm constantly grabbing is the Almond Loco Loco. It actually used to be called the Almond Monkey, I think, but they just changed the name to the Almond Loco Loco. So I'm gonna snag one of those, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Okay guys, got the Almond Loco Loco. We are good to go. I've got 2. One is for Zach, the videographer. So thank you, Zach. So let's go ahead and we're gonna check out. We're gonna go back through Salt. We're gonna hit this again. We're gonna talk about all the different little shops. So Moku Kitchen, this is definitely one of my favorite little spots on the island. I think they have the best French fries on the island. And that's a bold statement. I'm putting a lot of thought into it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Moku. This is actually an affiliate of Merriman's, super awesome restaurant. It's like my daughter's favorite spot, and it's one of those restaurants every time you come to, you're gonna leave happy. You know what you're getting. Right down here, we can't see it, but there's Highway Inn, which is a local style food place. And outside of maybe a luau with your aunties and uncles, they have the best lau laus I've had, period. Their pork lau lau is off the charts. Pretty much everything there is really, really good. So this is Arvo right here. This is kind of like the coffee shop to come to here in Salt. It's kind of more than a coffee shop. They've kind of turned it into this kind of trendy scene, almost like hipstery vibes. And that's not like that's a compliment, because this place is gonna be packed soon. There's gonna be a line coming out here. Sometimes on weekends they have music playing. It's like this whole scene where you can go get like a latte. It's almost like going out, but you're getting a latte. There's Orange Theory Fitness up there. Right in here, this is closed off, but typically this is open and there's tables, and there's free public Wi-Fi throughout here, and it's actually really good. I come here all the time and work, do Zoom calls, all that good stuff. This is just a really, really cool center that's, you know, made for people to be able to use, and it's very functional. Right up here, you got Butcher and Bird. Let's get a little shot of it, because this place is super, super epic. So this place, if you want to drop like $60 on a ribeye, if it's a special occasion, they have like Wagyu steak from Snake River Farms, all that stuff. They actually make their own barbecue. Me being from North Carolina, I like to think I know good pulled pork barbecue. That place actually has some really, really high level barbecue. Redfish Poke Bar, this place is actually really good. You think that's because it's by Foodland, you're like, oh, it's a grocery store, but the quality is A grade. There's no question about that. Even their hot food is really good. I actually prefer the hot food to the poke. Just don't tell them. Bar H&L Coffee and Bake Shop. This is, you know, it's a really good coffee shop, but the one thing about this place that stands out to me is their scones. They've got this bacon, cheddar, and chive scone that is, I don't think I've ever had anything like it. It's, I highly recommend going there and getting a scone and then thanking me in the comment section below the video. Or tell me if you don't like it, either one. Pioneer, this place is awesome. The furikake salmon, the garlic salmon, mochiko chicken, pretty much everything from here is really good. It's super high quality. Stokehouse, it's like a little surf shop. They've kind of got like this low. They got trendy surf brands. You can get some really good surfboards in here. I actually bought this shirt from there. So definitely go in there from time to time. You don't really have a legit beach across the street. You can walk across Ala Moana, or it's like, yeah, that's Ala Moana. It turns into Nimitz like very soon though. But you can walk across the University of Hawaii Medical School's right across the street, and you can go around behind that, and there's this awesome little walkway right along the water. There's actually some surf spots like Flies, there's Point Panic, all that stuff. You can go take the family or whatever, go have a little barbecue up on the hills, picnic, all that good stuff. But it's not a sand beach. However, if you don't want to get in the car, the sand beach is a couple blocks that way. You could go get on a Beaky bike, which is this interchangeable biking system we have throughout the city. You grab the bike, you can ride right down to Ala Moana Beach Park. You can set the bike in and you can go chill at the beach. So while we're gonna talk about this as we go over to Ward next, that is a major advantage of Ward, is the fact that you literally are right across the street from Ala Moana Beach Park, which in my eyes is the most epic public park on the planet. Please comment in the comment section below what parks you think are better than Ala Moana Beach Park. I'm very curious to hear it. I know there's a lot of epic ones, Golden Gate Park, Central Park, I know. So just tell us about it. Also, please subscribe to the channel. If you're enjoying this, you can click the subscribe button. And again, I'm Lex Ferguson. I'm lifeonaoahu.com. I'm a realtor on Oahu. So hit me up if you have any questions about Oahu. It doesn't have to be real estate related. Let's talk. We are just pulling out of the salt area. There's collection, there's all that stuff again. You won't have to hear that word again, I promise. And we are about to drive over to the Ward side of Kaka'ako. It's literally a couple blocks, but I'm gonna show you where there's gonna be some new buildings along the way, and I'll point out some cool little things. I mean, they're both sides have their major perks. I wouldn't even say both really have cons. I would just say both have their major pros. This is the technical border of Kaka'ako. Like, this building's the Ko'olani. I used to live here. This is a super awesome building. One thing I really like about it is there's actually a lap lane in the pool. So they got this epic pool, and then they have an extended lap lane. So if you want to go down and swim laps, but at that time I wasn't aware of the natural lap pool that is at Ala Moana Park, which we're going to talk about once we get over there. So, Core Power Yoga. This is definitely one of the sickest yoga studios you can get, like, in a good way. It's really, really good. It's not cheap, but you know, I mean, right in the middle of a really expensive area, so I'm sure their lease isn't cheap either. Okay guys, one really awesome spot for breakfast or brunch is Scratch Kitchen and Meadery, but they've got this just really different take on breakfast, things from like Fruit Loop pancakes to a really, really awesome chicken and waffles. Come to Scratch if you want to have some good breakfast. However, we're gonna go check out my my favorite breakfast spot, which is right across the street. Sorry, Scratch, but I gotta keep it real. Right here, you've got Off the Wall. This is another killer spot. This is the spot that I first saw where you go up, you get like a little card, you recharge it, you can just fill beer right off the wall, take as much beer as you want, depending on your card. They have really good food too. But one thing I wanna point out, even though this video today is about Kaka'ako, I have to give a shout out over here to Tango Contemporary Cafe. I've been coming here forever since they first opened. If you want something epic for breakfast, go there and get the duck confit hash. Comment below in the comment section, tell me what you think. Okay guys, we just came into South Shore Marketplace. This is a pretty new spot as well. It's super awesome. As stated earlier, you got Off the Wall, you got Nalu Health Bar and Cafe, which it's a really good spot. That's actually when I was talking about Lanakai being my favorite juice bar and smoothie bar, I had to take a second thought because Nalu was on my mind. They're pretty neck and neck, but the Almond Loco put Lanakai over the top. However, this place has a breakfast sandwich. Their simple breakfast sandwich it's epic. So all types of cool shops in here, a lot of good little clothing stores, little gift stores. I don't know all these shops because they've been switching around a lot, but this is just a cool place to come. Typically when I come here, I'm usually just grabbing a coffee or I'm hitting up Nalu, but let's just loop one time so people can see the inside and then we'll cut out the front. Kamitoku Ramen right down there, we'll hit that, and then Piggy Smalls. Kamitoku is incredible, and Piggy Smalls, they're known for their Vietnamese fusion, but honestly, which is really, really good, but they have this, I think they have the best cheesecake on the island. That's a little local tip right there. Okay guys, so this is actually like an older mall. You know, obviously you see all these new buildings here and stuff like a Naha and all that. We're gonna get to that. So this is new, Pizza Daddy. I made a video the other day about pros and cons. I talked about how we're getting all these new pizza spots in Honolulu. I have not had their pizza, but I'll tell you, we went through a phase where you couldn't get good pizza and you couldn't get good Mexican, at least that I knew about here in Honolulu. Now I can name multiple pizza spots that are absolute fire. And this might be good. Pizza Mamo down in Chinatown. brick oven pizza over in Kaimuki. We've just got a lot of really, really good pizza spots now. And Mexican, I like Alejandro's, I like Tita's Tacos, and Surge's in Manoa. Okay, one store I wanted to give a shout out to because it's super awesome. Noa. There's a few different spots on Oahu, but the owner, she is the most incredible person. I'm good friends with her nephew, and I'll come in here, I'll get my wife like cool, like, you know, like little dresses and whatnot. This is a really, really special store. I highly recommend Noa. They sell women's and men's clothing. Check out some of the designs. Everything is hand done. Okay guys, so I'm gonna give you a quick little tip on one of my favorite spots to eat. Fat Cheeks right here, which was back in Ohanahale Marketplace, which I pointed out, which was kind of like fenced off for demo for the park at Ward Village. They made it out, they got this location. They have the best lobster roll I've ever had, not just the best lobster roll in Hawaii, it's literally the best lobster roll I've ever had. I've had lobster rolls in New York, I've had some in the Northeast. I might be offending some people. I haven't had one in Maine or Massachusetts, so like, you know, don't shoot. But from what I've experienced, this is the best lobster roll I've had. As stated earlier, Piggy Smalls, this is a spinoff from the Pig and the Lady, which is the famous Vietnamese spot in Chinatown, right on King Street. That's like where like celebrities come out to Hawaii and stuff, they go to the Pig and the Lady. Piggy Smalls, really dope name, obviously a spinoff, like taking it from the rapper Biggie Smalls. It's really good. They've got like the same food. They try to make it feel more casual. It's probably about the same pricing, but it's a really, really good spot. They got outdoor seating, so if you got little kids and stuff, you can come sit outside. This is brand new, Taqueria El Gallo Rosa. There's one in Kailua. I actually go there with one of my favorite lenders, Rich Taylor with C2 Financial. He's awesome, hit him up. Coming off the edge of the building, you have a infinity pool. You've got Merriman's restaurant right downstairs. Everything about this building is first class. They had some issues with the pool that got fixed, so they ended up having to have, you know, this building has been inspected through and through, and they've gotten any little kinks worked out, and I personally think it's just like, if you can afford it, it's the slickest building in the town. And then over here at the Waiea, the penthouse was listed for 35 or 36, and based on what I found online, I've had people tell me 19 is what it sold for. I found that it sold for 16 million. So that's a pretty big margin from list price to sales price. But this building is incredible. For the Howard Hughes development, this is kind of like, as of right now, their marquee luxury building. It's really, really awesome. Right now they're doing some work on the glass around the side, but that's all gonna be sorted. And yeah, so right now we're kind of like right in the middle of it all. I mean, we drove through this. You got a Naha. That right there, that green building, that's Io, like the tealish color, that's Io. Over here, the brown one, that's A'ali'i. White one is Ko'ula. Just to give you an idea of entry point price-wise, a one bedroom at Waiea is gonna start you about 1.9 million, 1.8, 1.9 for a one bedroom. A two bedroom, it's gonna start in the mid to high twos. A three bedroom entry point is gonna be in the 3 millions. And obviously you can go up to infinity. For a Naha, a one bedroom, I just sold a one bedroom there last year. It was the highest ever one bedroom sales point up till recently when a penthouse one bedroom sold, but I sold one for 1.35 mil. That was unit 3208. You could get a studio in there for probably about 800K. One bedrooms now, you could probably get in the low million-ish for a lower floor, 1.1 something. Two bedrooms, they're gonna have a 2 in front of it, or high ones for an entry level 2. And obviously you can go up, a good 3 bedrooms gonna be like 4 million bucks. But they're incredible. One thing I like about a Naha is it's got a lot more square footage than a lot of these newer builds. What the developers are doing now is they're making the unit smaller, and they say that like, oh, they're making them more efficient, you know, more like practical, but people like to have square footage. And Waiea and a Naha, the units are really, really big, and that won't go away. So that is one thing I will say about those buildings for sure. Ko'ula, this is a prime example. It's got less square footage, incredible building, but like a one bedroom at Ko'ula, it's probably gonna run you in like 1.5 mil all the way up to like high ones. And then
It's just they're a little bit pricier. It's the new build, I get it, but me personally, I would rather have more square footage. And this building's already been tested. So one of the main pros or differences with Salt Kaka'ako and Ward Village Kaka'ako is in Salt, as we learned, there's 2 grocery stores, right? You got Down to Earth and you got H Mart. Epic, you got 2 grocery stores and you got Butcher and Bird. Here though, you've got Whole Foods. That is a trade-off. If I had to decide, would I rather have H Mart and Down to Earth and Butcher and Bird or Whole Foods? I'm probably gonna take Whole Foods. And so me, I'm more partial towards Salt, but I also think Whole Foods it's got everything, right? So this is Merriman's restaurant. I think this is like the one spot where if you got a special occasion or if you just want to go out for a good dinner, you cannot go wrong. You could go in here in a t-shirt and flip-flops, or you could go in here in a suit and tie and feel normal. It kind of it covers the whole spectrum. Chef Merriman kind of founded the whole concept of farm to table here in Hawaii. If you actually look back into his story, it's really, really interesting. And these are just really cool people who run this place. As you can see, it's just kind of like a totally different energy here than over at Salt. Like I was talking about, how Salt feels more pedestrian friendly. You see there's just, it's a 2-lane road. There's just more cars moving. They're moving a lot quicker. Some of the pros over here, people would argue there's better restaurants. You could argue that for Salt though, but up here you got Istanbul. It's a Turkish, Middle Eastern style food. That place is epic. They've got this one dish called the doner Izkadir doner, and it's insane. There's a Wagyu beef spot down at the end that I'm gonna point out that it's you go there and they bring you different courses of Wagyu beef and then you grill it yourself, but be prepared to spend some money. That's like $150 to $200 a head at a minimum. So that's some serious coin. One thing, we're walking over here because I wanted to show you this one really cool spot. Holy Grail Donuts. So these donuts are taro, they're made from taro, and it started as a food truck on Kauai. And it now obviously it's got one of the sickest little pieces of commercial real estate in Honolulu just because their donuts are so good. So I say we grab a couple donuts. Like I said, I highly recommend coming here. You're gonna see these donuts. So we'll cruise down there, we'll have some donuts, and we'll just get a couple opinions about Kaka'ako, and then we're gonna head to the beach. Hey guys, my good friend Tyler Olds and his dog Winston are gonna join us to say what's up, talk a little Kaka'ako.
It's a great place to live, really carefree way of living. It's dog friendly. Most of these buildings allow dogs. A lot of these restaurants allow you to bring your dog. Pretty walkable. You can walk to all these shops, the grocery store. You've got movie theater, the mall. Really anything.
Cody Merriman from Merriman's Restaurant is gonna come down and give us his take on what it's like living in Ward Village. What's up, Cody?
How you doing?
See you? Cody, what do you think of living in Ward Village? This is a legit resident of Ward Village.
Oh man, it's awesome. Everything you need is right here. I surf across the street maybe 7-8 months out of the year, and you don't really need to leave. There's tons of stuff to do, places to eat, food, restaurants, bars, all kinds of stuff. So the best thing ever.
What's your favorite restaurant that doesn't have your last name on it?
Oh man, I like going to Miley's Thai. I like Piggy Smalls. There's a new Vietnamese spot across the street. I forget what that one's called, but all kinds of good stuff down here.
Is that the one that's in Waiea where Nobu was?
No, but that place is good too. That's Jinya and LBD. They got, I think, ramen, sushi, and then like a lounge, like a cocktail lounge. Yeah.
Well, that's funny because I was actually down at Salt talking about steak, and I actually said Merriman's had the best steak in Kaka'ako.
We got that New York steak when we get that, and we only use prime, so.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like your ribeye when it's in.
Yeah, the bone-in ribeye.
So next time it's in, shoot me a text.
It's on.
And we'll let everyone who's watching this video know. So everyone who's watching this video, please hit the subscribe button and check out the video description below with all the contact info and leave comments. Where do you think's the best steak in Kaka'ako or in Honolulu? What do you think about Merriman's ribeye? Tell it to the man himself, because I'm gonna report it straight to him. So let us know. Thank you, Cody, for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Tyler. Good seeing you. Yeah. Winston, good boy, good boy. Okay, guys, so
that is a wrap on Kaka'ako. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you got some intel that you could use. Now we're gonna go surfing. First, I'm gonna give you a quick little rundown of Ala Moana Beach Park, just super quick. As you see, we are right across the street from where we just were. That's the Anaha. That's where I was having coffee with Cody and Tyler. And then you got the Waiea right there. Directly across the street, this is an incredibly special public park. From the tip of that island, we're not island, the peninsula, it's called Magic Island though, but it's not technically an island. But it's just different wave after wave. Bang, 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 different reef break. I'm about to paddle out right over here to a spot I like. Surf's not that good. It's off season. All right guys, that's a wrap on an epic day here in Kaka'ako. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button. My contact info is in the video description below, phone, email, all of that. Again, I'm Lex Ferguson with lifeonoahu.com. I'm a realtor here on Oahu, but you can reach out for any questions Oahu related. Please leave comments about the video. If you disagree with anything, if you agree, please let me know. Ward Village or Salt, which you like better, and everyone have a great day.